3 years ago, me and two partners started a software company, and recently we've sold it. On this video, I'm going to share why we did this and how it went down. Hey everybody, what's up? It's good to be back on YouTube after a little break. And for those of you who've been following me on Instagram, you might have seen that we have just sold Prospero. And for people who are here for the first time and have no idea who I am and what Prospero is, so my name is Ran Segal. I'm a Tel Aviv-based designer and an entrepreneur. And as I've said in the opener intro, 3 years ago, I've started a software company together with two partners. Actually, it was around the time that I've started this daily YouTube channel. So the whole process of starting the company, building it, designing it, launching it, working with customers to improve it was all documented on this YouTube channel. And it was pretty awesome to document the whole process, the ups and downs. And here's what basically happened. So our product was called Prospero, and it was basically a tool for freelancers to create online proposals. They would go through kind of a wizard that would help them create the legal document. Then they'll be able to send this online to their clients, kind of a fancy proposal that looks great on mobile. Then their client would be able to sign it online. They would both get a PDF copy, and that was basically the process. At the end, right before we sold it, we had something like, I think, 300 or 400 paying customers for this service, paying a subscription fee for it. And so I would say that it was a moderate success. I mean, there were a lot of happy customers and the company was growing, but it was growing, I would say, at a slow pace. And there were few reasons for that. So basically, as I said in the beginning, we started at 3 partners. I was handling all the design, product design and user research. We had another partner called Ayal who did all the development, and there were the third partner called Lior who did most of the marketing. And Lior chose to, a year after we started it, it chose to leave to actually work on something else. So it was just me and Ayal, and I had to take on the marketing. And since I wasn't paying much attention to marketing, basically most of the marketing was this YouTube channel. And because there was a lot of freelancers watching it, they were relevant audience and they started using the product and loved it, but it did not scale very fast. Now, for those of you who've been following this channel, last year was kind of like a tough year financially for me because I had to pay some debt and I had 2 kids in private kindergarten. So I had to generate a lot of money. And since Prospero was not generating, it was generating, but I would say like a modest amount of money. And it was not enough for us to actually pay ourselves like salaries that actually I would say worth like what we're worth on the market. So I would always freelance on the side so I can pay the rent and, support my family. And because last year I had to kind of ramp that up and earn more money, I started spending more and more time on my freelance business as a designer and less time on Prospero. And that created frustration for me because I felt like the business is not growing fast enough because I'm not paying much attention to it. But then again, I wasn't able to afford to pay more attention to it. Also, I realized that the product in terms of product design was good, but we had to solve kind of the marketing and perhaps even change the marketing into a different type of segment and perhaps maybe move away from freelancers into agencies or something like that. So a few months ago, maybe like 6 months ago, I posted on this YouTube channel like the fact that we were looking for a marketing partner to take on the marketing side. And right when I did this, I was approached by somebody who's also based here in Israel and told me, look, I don't think that you're going to find like a good partner, like a good marketing partner that way with that approach. But if you're interested in selling your company, talk to us, like we might be interested. And at that point, I wasn't really thinking about selling the company, nor me and Ayal, but As time moved on, towards the end of the year, we understood that we really can't do anything, and I wanted to focus on other areas because I saw that my freelance business is really taking off. I've decided to launch an online course, which I've launched at the end of last year, and I understood that I cannot do everything myself, and so I had to focus, and I could not put more efforts on Prospero. It was pretty painful because I had paying customers. I could not do like real good customer support. They were asking for more feature, which I didn't have time to design and develop. And so the product wasn't going anywhere. I felt that way. And it was really painful because, I did what I had to do to support my family, but I also had all these guilt feeling about not doing the best that I can with Prospero. So when we decided to move away from it, we were thinking like, how can we find somebody who would take this on and continue to develop this product and this community of paying customers instead of just shutting it down, because people are actually loving this product and are using it and are like dependent on it, to get work and stuff like that. So again, I reached back to the people who contacted me based here in Israel. They used to be a marketing agency, but they started building out their own product with a development team. And so they were thinking about getting into the proposals area, and we started talking to them. We had actually another potential buyer. It was one of our biggest customers who, like, Prospero generated so much benefit for their business that they were actually thinking about buying the whole product because it was so impactful for their business. So we had two discussions with two potential buyers. Now you have to understand that this is not like a gazillion dollars exit where you're selling your company for so much. Our profit for the company was not very huge. It was a few $1,000s per month, that's the way that you evaluate a software company, based on your profit. Then you do some kind of a multiplier, and that's how you assess the value of the company. But it was good to have kind of two buyers and try to negotiate around them. I also read a very helpful book called Venture Deals. Basically, it's a book about raising funds, which we didn't raise money from investors. So our company was bootstrapped, and basically we could do whatever we want. But there was also a chapter in that book about how to sell your company and how to go through, the due diligence part, how to write the contract and everything. So that was very helpful because I never had any experience with lawyers, with selling a company or a product or anything like that. As time moved along, the client, the other buyer who was actually based in LA, kind of dropped off and phased off. Also, I felt like there was a lot of kind of like gut feeling, and my gut feeling that was involved in this was that the guys from Israel, which we talked on the phone, had a really good vibe with them. We felt like they're really interested. They really want to make this happen. And the agency or like the company from LA was like, nah, I think they were trying to make like a quick buck off this, and we didn't feel like they were very, very serious about this. Now, another thing that I think it was good, there was kind of a deadline because we wanted to, shut off our partnership, like me and Ayal. We had our partnership and we wanted to close it off at the end of the year. Also, the buyers wanted to close the deal by the end of the year for tax purposes. So the fact that we had kind of a deadline, both of us wanted to get the deal done before the end of the year, made the negotiation go faster. And I have to say again, like in terms of negotiation, I never did a negotiation in that type before, like when lawyers are involved and something like that. But it was super, super great experience because they were like super nice people. Nobody was trying to kind of like screw the other side. Like we were trying to, I guess, protect ourselves, and they were trying to protect themselves as well. And just like realizing and understanding this, we both kind of like, were flexible where we could have been flexible. And so I think that like I was very, I would say, pessimistic. Like I thought this is And this is what I also read in the book and what a lot of people told me, like most deals don't happen. You negotiate and then the last minute something doesn't work out. So I was pretty pessimistic, thinking like this is not going to work out, or this is at least not going to work out before the end of the year. But as it turns out, it was really, really smooth experience, and again, really fun part to negotiate with them, with really nice people who listen to you, and both sides are communicating well. And so we were able to finish the deal like on the 26th of December, so really almost at the end of the year. We signed the deal, we did the toast, we did all the technical transfer of knowledge. So we had to transfer all the accounts. We had to, Ayal had to really document all the the code and write it like a doc about the architecture of the software, so their end of developers are going to be able to maintain the software. He also had a video calls for a few days with their development team to make sure that they understand how everything works. And again, we were really afraid that this is going to be a painful experience selling the company, but overall it was a really, really simple and again, it's a small company, no investors are involved. And so it was a simple contract and a simple process. And we're very happy. I have to say that like if I had to shut it down, it would be pretty painful for me. But now just the fact that knowing that our customers are being taken care of by good people who are going to invest in improving the software and making the product even better, that kind of makes me super, super happy. Now, also one thing that, I want to be super honest on this video is that, one kind of like a sentence that a friend of mine, an entrepreneur friend of mine, told me like a long time ago was like, you know what? It's very important to, be able to tell the story. I started the company and sold it, even if you're not like a millionaire afterwards. Just like having that in your resume or your LinkedIn or whatever, like company, I'm the founder of the company and this company was acquired. It is a success story in that sense. And so try to make the deal happen, even if it's like not like a huge financial success. Now, you have to understand that there was a lot of emotion for us, just because we've spent like 3 years putting our hearts and souls into this software. And so we wanted to see a return on our investment because we've put so many hours there. But just understanding that, okay, you won't be able to get what you would like to get, what you think it's worth, because you really have to look down at, what the market values this thing. So just be kind of pragmatic, and it's better to get something rather than what you would like to get. So as I said, we're not millionaires, but we're very happy that this happened and that Prospero keeps living on, and we hope to see it grow and prosper with the new owners. So that's it. I'm actually relieved because, as I said, just having this project where I'm not being able to put as much energy as I want into it involved a lot of guilt on my part, just because I had the communication with the customers and I was doing the customer support. So not being able to answer them or give answers or really support them on a good quality base, I would say, involves a lot of guilt. So having that taken off me, I really feel relieved that I can focus and I can really do what I guess I'm good at, which is, doing the content here, helping my clients with design services, doing, courses and teaching designers how to be better. And this is what I'm going to be focusing on this year. And selling the company was a very important step in order to be able to do that. Whew, wow, that was kind of exhausting to tell you. All right, I hope this was helpful for you. I hope that you might consider at one point starting a company. It doesn't mean you have to sell it, but it was really, really an interesting experience to go through this loop from starting something from scratch into selling it and having it live beyond you as a project. Super interesting experience. I will catch you guys tomorrow.